In what could be a major milestone on the fight against COVID-19 disease, scientists in Singapore have made assertion based on their study that the disease is not a threat after 11 days of contracting the disease. The study, which was released over the weekend by the Singapore's National Center for Infectious Diseases and the Academy of Medicine after assessing 73 patients suffering from coronavirus, concluded that based on the accumulated data since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, the infectious period of SARS-CoV-2 in symptomatic individuals may begin around 2 days before the onset of symptoms and persist for about 7 to 10 days after the onset of symptoms. According to the researchers, a positive test does not equate to an infectiousness or viable virus. According to Dr. Daniel Wainaina, however, this will take more than just one study to be ascertained.
This depends on an individual. Individual's immunity is very important. These are viruses, and viruses, as you know, do not have cure. They do not have drugs. They depend on the body's immune reaction. So some people will develop that immune reaction very fast, and within 10 days they clear the virus and they are well. But some people, especially those who are immunocompromised, may take longer, and as such, we will not be quick to rely on the findings of one study.
The findings, supported by the epidemiological, microbiological, and clinical data, suggest that tests can often be mistakenly picked up by fragments of the bug that are no longer contagious, which implies that tests could still test positive after 2 weeks, a decision that could impact patients' discharge policy.
As we started, there has been discussions about how long this virus, for instance, lasts in the environment. And how long it will last in the body, and that has informed even the issues of how long we keep our patients in isolation, how long we quarantine our patients or contacts. So this study, if confirmed, will probably reduce the time that we keep our patients in hospitals in the isolations.
The study comes in the wake of another study by scientists from Korean Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which suggested that patients who get infected for the second time with COVID-19 cannot transmit the virus, which the researchers have attributed to antibodies.
You would need a very sensitive test that would tell you the specific kind of coronavirus strain that one has been exposed to. Then the other thing is that not everyone may be able to mount a good immune response. Those who are immunosuppressed for various reasons, for chronic diseases, cancer, those undergoing radiotherapy and chemotherapy, those with malnutrition or in extremes of age, very old or very young, may not mount the antibody reaction. So it may not be a very reliable way of telling one whether the person has been exposed before or if they are immune after that, because most of the times when one is exposed to a virus, they become naturally immune after that exposure.
The research could spell optimism to the world, and it will be interesting to see how health bodies react to the new findings. As the world continues to grapple with COVID-19 pandemic, it still remains to be seen how this particular study will impact on healthcare system, which has since been affected largely by the COVID-19 disease. Martin Opio, Switch TV in Nakuru.